Hello everybody and welcome. I just want to say real quick, if you've just stumbled across this channel and you're new, why not hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications and join us on the journey to 3,000 subscribers. And if you really want to help me out, give this video a thumbs up and comment down below. But anyway, let's get back to the video. Okay, oh my god, what the hell just happened? Okay, so Ben Askren, he was knocked out in the first round. Who would have thought that would have happened? Nate Robinson, he was knocked out in the second round. Anderson Gibb was knocked out because of the 3 knockdown rule in round 1. So far, so good. Jake has a very impressive record, and whether you like him or you don't, you can't take it away from him. He's got a very good record. And people are saying in order for people to respect Jake, he needs to fight a real boxer now. However, you know, I think people are missing the bigger picture. You have to remember, Jake is in a very unique situation. Like, at the moment, Jake Paul is more famous than he's ever been. And somehow, Jake has managed to be known in the entire boxing community and even the MMA community.
Fuck Jake Paul! Fuck Jake Paul! Fuck Jake Paul! Fuck Jake Paul! Fucking dork!
Now that clip right there just goes to show that Jake Paul, he isn't known just for his YouTube stuff anymore. Like, his name is not only on the internet. As you could see, Jake is despised by the MMA community after dropping Ben Askren. And the thing is what's crazy about it is all the people in that audience, they're not kids. They're all grown-ass men. And they are just a small amount of people who really want Jake to get knocked out. Now, I just want to go back real quick to what I said earlier. So, a lot of people are saying, you know, Jake needs to fight a real boxer. And you have to remember, Jake has started his professional boxing career as if he's already a professional boxer. He's already got all of the attention, you know, people are already talking about him, and there's already that draw for people to wanting to fight him. And, you know, Jake fighting a real boxer, let me just quickly explain why that's not going to be a good idea if he does choose to do that. So yeah, let's use Tommy Fury for an example. So Tommy Fury has called out Jake Paul. Now on paper, you know, this seems like a pretty fair matchup. Like, it seems like it would be a really good fight. But in reality, you know, it's not. Okay, so when it comes to their records, Jake Paul, he has a record of 3 wins and 0 losses, and all 3 of them wins are by knockout. Tommy Fury, he has 5 wins, 4 knockouts, one of them being a TKO, and he also has 0 losses. But the thing is a lot of people don't realise that Tommy Fury, yeah, their professional record may be very similar. However, you have to remember, like, Tommy Fury, he had 12 amateur fights. So he's got a lot of experience. Jake Paul, on the other hand, he's got 1 amateur fight, and that was with Deji. Like, a lot of people need to remember, like, Jake, he is still new to the sport. And people like Tommy Fury, he is the real deal. Like, he's been in the boxing game ever since he was a child. And obviously, yes, you know, Jake has shown us that he can box. Like, he does have ability. He has knockout power. But the thing is when you're talking about, like, an actual, real boxer like Tommy Fury, I'm not going to sit here and say to you, oh yeah, you know, Jake is an unbelievable fighter. Like, he definitely has a chance. Because, you know, that's kind of ridiculous. But in my opinion, what Jake is doing now is actually very good. Let's be real, right? So Jake Paul, yes, he's a big name, and obviously, you know, if people fight him, there's going to be a lot of money in it. But in reality, like, say if he was to fight someone like Billy Joe Saunders, Canelo Alvarez, you know, Tommy Fury, you know, he's going to get knocked out. Personally, what I think Jake is doing now is a good idea. He's not necessarily fighting these boxers that have been boxing pretty much their entire life. He's fighting people who are, you know, they're tough, they know how to fight, but they don't necessarily specialize in boxing. If you want to see it this way, all the people that Jake has been boxing now kind of treat it as if it's like his amateur fights. What I think Jake should be doing is he should be continuing what he's doing, fighting fighters, not necessarily boxers, because obviously that's going to give him more experience. It's going to help him learn how to take a punch as well as give a punch. You know, overall, that experience is what he needs in order to fight an actual real boxer, like who I said has been doing it for so many years before. What Jake needs to do is he needs to obviously fight KSI. Now, once he's fought KSI, then I think, okay, you know, Jake can then, after Jake has fought KSI, he can then take the risk and fight a real boxer, because by then he should have enough experience. The thing is, right, with Jake is we don't actually know what his intentions are. Like, does he want to become a world champion boxer one day? We don't know. Like, is he the real deal? Or is he in the sport like a showman? Like, is Jake treating the sport of boxing like he did with YouTube? Make as much money as possible, be as loud and obnoxious as possible so everybody knows who you are, get as famous as possible. That could be true. Like, the way Jake treated YouTube, you know, he got his fame and money by being a certain way. And maybe the way he's treating boxing, he's doing the same formula. But obviously, because it's boxing and not making vlogs, you know, it's more of the adult, like the more less cringy way of making money, making noise, making fame, you know. But, you know, either way, whether he's being legit or he's just doing it for the money, everybody's talking about him, and we can't stop talking about him because he's annoying so many people. So right now, a lot of people are questioning, like, who should Jake actually fight next after beating Ben Askren? And I will say, if Jake is absolutely crazy and he knows something we don't know, yeah, go ahead, fight Tommy Fury. But in my opinion, and I don't know, I think that's a very risky fight. And personally, I think Tommy Fury is, you know, I feel like he could potentially drop Jake. And if Jake did do that, you know, he's got some massive balls in him to do that. But if he wants to carry on doing what he's been doing, who should he fight next? And I've seen people say that he's been calling out Nate Diaz. And Nate Diaz, of all the people, why would you fight Nate Diaz? Like, this guy, like Nate Diaz, is like one of the hardest men to ever live. Nate Diaz has never been knocked out in his entire fighting career, which I believe is 16 years. The only time he was knocked out was a TKO, but he's never been knocked out cold. The guy's got a chin of steel. And, you know, for Jake to try and go in there trying to knock out Nate Diaz, like, nah, that fight, nah, that's just not a good idea. So personally for me, Nate Diaz, don't even look at that. Maybe Jake should fight Dillon Danis. I mean, we've all seen it. You know, Dillon Danis has been basically going on and on. Jake saying, fight me, fight me, fight me. But obviously, when it came down to it, he never signed the contract. But Ben Askren did, which is why Ben Askren fought Jake. I think personally, if it was between Dillon Danis or Ben Askren, I think Jake would have chose Dillon Danis. And, you know, there's other people, like there's Daniel Cormier, like, yeah, okay, he's not going to fight Daniel Cormier because, you know, he's 42 years old and he's retired, and I don't think Daniel wants to ruin his career by basically fighting a YouTube kid at the age of 42 and he's supposed to be retired. You know, so I don't think Daniel Cormier would fight him. But, however, this is where it gets juicy. Personally, I think that the best fight right now for Jake is to fight Kamaru Usman. Usman has come out and said, yes, I will fight Jake Paul. And Jake Paul has said, yes, I will fight Usman. And the thing is what makes this fight make so much sense is Usman just basically finished Masvidal's career. And if you didn't know, Jake Paul and Masvidal, they're friends. And if you don't know who Masvidal is, he was the guy who knocked out Ben Askren in 5 seconds. Why do I say Ben Askren so strange? Ben Askren. So, to me, right now, I think the best fight for Jake is to probably fight Kamaru Usman. Personally, I think that would be an amazing fight. You know, there's a bit of a storyline behind it, and Usman, that's going to be one tough opponent. Like, at this point, I couldn't even tell you who I think would win, so I'm not going to give you my predictions now, but maybe if you're interested, if that fight ever gets confirmed, we don't know yet. You know, I'll make an entire video about it. Just to summarise real quick, the person who I think Jake should fight is Kamaru Usman or Dillon Danis. And then in the future, near future, obviously fight KSI. And then after all that's done, hopefully Jake will have enough experience and then maybe he'll fight Tommy Fury. And that's personally how I think it should go. Whether that happens, I don't know. I could be wrong. Probably am. But yeah, that's how I see it. Alright, so again, thank you very much for watching. Thank you so much for all the support recently. The channel's been going crazy, and I've got a big update video coming out soon, so hopefully you stick around for that. Thank you again for watching, guys. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace!